Black again. Black again, family. It's the Truth Hour with General Sara, Suten, Seti. Kick back. Get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. That's right, family. This Sunday, we got a powerful live stream going down. The comedic baptism. Okay. The comedic baptism, the sacred African arts versus Western occultism, guaranteed to be nothing but fire. We bringing nothing but the Naga, the dragon, serpentine energy to show your family that we are the immortals, that we are the primordials, and we have locked ourselves in a spiritual prison that we call Western occultism, which include Christianity, Judaism, Islam. Y'all keep thinking that that's paganism. That some people use paganism outside of Christianity and Islam and Judaism and Hinduism. For African people, that shit is paganism. You know what I'm saying? So you got to know that. And so when you don't, you're disoriented and believing otherwise. And so we're gonna show you, and give you the curriculum of the sacred African priests and priestesses, and along with reconnecting you to your black divinity so you can get on the path of being your own key to the door of immortality. That you be the one that put the key in the door. You don't need no middleman. You are the mechanism to immortality and divinity. You see, you is inside of you. It's not so much what's on the outside as what's on the inside. So I want y'all to click that link right there in the video description. Wait a minute. Matter of fact, I put it in. Is make sure it's at the let's make sure it's at the top. Make sure it's at the top. Let me make sure it's at the top. It should be. Okay, it's there. No, it ain't there. Let me put it there. Okay. We're in the house. All right. Ring the alarm, family, Seti.com, online marketplace. I want you to be in the house. Go on over there and get you something nice, family. I got a lot of beautiful products up there for you. You understand what I'm saying? Guaranteed to make you feel like a divine entity. You see what I'm saying? Ring the alarm, Seti.com, online marketplace, official General Sara Suten Seti DVDs. Classic. Get you together. Get that revolutionary spirit fired up in you. T-shirts and hoodies for the kings and queen. I see family then, they didn't suggested I get some 3X out there. I'm on that. I'm gonna go in there and see what's going on tonight. So y'all stay tuned on that. For the brothers out there, you know what I'm saying? They're picking them logs up out the ground and throwing them motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? We got African and Kemetic jewelry, necklaces, talismans. We got what you need. You understand, to bring the symbols and the power of our ancestors. You understand what I'm saying? Into some jewelry for your family that you could feel proud of. So we got the necklaces, the earrings, we got the bracelets, finger rings, the cuffs for men. We also got West African, medallions and finger rings. And so we have a very beautiful collection for your family, Seti.com. Holistic tonics and remedies, we got that. You need that at this time. We also got home decor accessories for the living room, dining room, kitchen. We got every room in the house, Seti.com. Class is 9 session, family, GeneralSeti.com, Seti University, over 900 video presentations, binging on Black Power. You cannot go wrong. 900 videos, all subjects, too raw for YouTube, Egypt, Ethiopia, Olmec, Black woman is God, science, occult science, Freemasonry, debates, all world religions, interviews, highlights from over 50 cities, all civilizations and mythology. And we wrap it up with Black Power, politics, and economics, the complete General Seti website. Get your ass in class. Don't you miss a damn day. Join today, generalseti.com. Right there showing you we got one of the most profound classes ever to be taken by the African mind, the making of the white man. God damn, that done woke up more niggas than goddamn gunshots after midnight. You see what I'm saying? I'm just trying to tell you. It'll get you together. Anything you might think you believe, nigga, when you see this one right here, you'll throw all that shit out in the garbage. You see, General Seti keep it popping on Patreon. BPC making noise. We never come. Exclusive live stream. Too hot to handle on YouTube. Just drop a fire one tonight. Gatekeepers of the occult world. Talking, we talking about Anubis. We talking about Hamdale. We talk about Janus. We talk about Acker. We talking about Baron Samedi. And you got to be careful when you're talking about the Baron. You got to be careful, nigga. You better know what you know how to, and leave it alone. Say what you got and leave it alone. That's right. Janus God. We also did Janus God of January. The Lord of Portals got that one on. You got that one on Patreon too. Dropping the hard one tomorrow. Yahweh, proving that Yahweh is a dragon. I'm doing that one on Patreon. So y'all want that smoke, you got to come on over to Patreon. And make sure General Seti, subscribe to all my YouTube pages, General Seti, King Seti, Sara, Suten Seti. Rock that notification bell, get a video a thumbs up, like it because you love it, share it with your family and friends, and and comment, family. Comment. Tell me how you feel. Just be respectful, because I will ban your ass. And I don't want to do it, family. I don't want to do it to you. Okay. So today we continuing on this quest for immortality. We dealing with the Gregorian calendar. That's gory. You understand what I'm saying? The gory calendar. You understand? You already know where we're going with that. And so that's what you own today. That's what you own. You own the Gregorian calendar. You see what I'm saying? And if you own another man's chronology, you already know you in hot hell. You see what I'm saying? Here's a man who started his calendar 0 AD, 2,000 years ago. Now, ain't no more, and that just show you that everything prior to 0 AD, he forfeited that. Because ain't no man gonna start his calendar with no 0 AD and deplete himself of all the works that he's supposed for 0 AD. You see? Why would he do that? You see? If you an ancient man, you understand, you gonna start your calendar from the oldest times of documentation. You're not going to start in no 0 AD unless that is your starting point. You see? That's a default of knowing that everything that's before 0 AD is nothing but mythology. You understand what I'm saying? All those, Greco-Roman, Odysseys and all of that shit ain't nothing but mythology. You understand? That's why Walter Williams cracked their ass on the head. Y'all ain't even had no goddamn alphabet. How the hell you gonna have a goddamn institution without an alphabet? You talking about you got the Plato School of the Academy and all of this shit. How the hell you gonna have a goddamn institution without language? And you ain't got no written language. You ain't got no alphabet. And without an alphabet, you ain't got no literature. You can't have no institution without literature. Without numbers, and you know what I'm saying? So when he started his number, a lot of people thinking they start with the birth of Jesus. They ain't starting no goddamn calendar with no birth of no damn Jesus, because they didn't even adopt Christianity until goddamn supposedly with Constantine 300 years after the death of Jesus. So while Why would they go back and delete history just to say I'm starting my calendar? No, that was the actual starting point. You see what I'm saying? And so the thing is, as I move through this with y'all, so y'all understand that they've been correcting they calendar. They ain't had no goddamn calendar. They ain't had no goddamn calendar that was worth shit. Okay, until the man actually, and they call it the Gregorian calendar, but it's actually the ancient Egyptian 364 and 1/4 day. You could go still see that on the wall. Okay, they had 12 months of 30 days with an extra special month at the end with 5 days. You see what I'm saying? And so, this was the first 364 and 1/4 day calendar in existence. And everything else out there ain't nothing but a remix of that original calendar. That's it. You see what I'm saying? You can't come and do something twice, motherfucker. You didn't count. You didn't, you know what I'm saying? And so when you look at, and I don't even believe the shit that they say about the Julian calendar. They didn't have no goddamn calendar. That was, because if it wasn't synchronized with the constellation, because they didn't even understand the constellations. You see what I'm saying? They did not understand the constellation. See, the thing is, what we got to understand is this. Matter of fact, let me go to work. Fuck this. Matter of fact, let me get that other one. I'm the only motherfucker. I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm the only motherfucker out here. Nigga get to pulling out lectures like DJs pull out motherfucking, records and shit and be dropping them motherfuckers on there and remixing them motherfuckers. I need a goddamn turntable for lectures and shit. I'll be dropping them motherfuckers on there and just remixing them, taking one to the other and shit. You see, wait a minute, where that one? Here it is, right here. Oh my God. Let me get that motherfucker out of here, man. Yeah. We're gonna work. Yeah, oh yeah. That's that smoke right there. Yeah, let's get this smoke on up here. Now let's cut into this motherfucker. This Gregorian motherfucker, man. I got to cut into him quick. I'm going to cut into his ass quick. And then I'll break off into our science. Which ain't, Now, first and foremost, once you understand, as I was dealing with in the last one, we were dealing with the serpentine, right? Now, you have to understand the root of basilica. So when we talk about St. Peter's Basilica, you see what I'm saying? You got to understand that the root of basilica is basilisk. Basilisk. And so what is basilisk? It means the king of the serpents. Can I bring that up? Can I prove that? Let me prove that. There it is. Right there. I ain't gonna. I was gonna do, but I'll read it out loud. Basilisk. That's Basilisk. In European legends, a basilisk is a legendary reptile reputed to be a serpent king who causes death to those who look into its eyes. You see what I'm saying? So when you see so let me spell it out for you. So you can look it up. Okay. And so you see that basilisk is the root of basilica. You see? So in that instance, the basilica becomes feminine. You see? Let me make sure that's okay. Let me make sure I spelled that one right. S. Oh, I didn't. I shouldn't have put that in there. I'm wrong. That's why I was wondering. I'm like, what the hell? Okay, that's it. I spelled that one wrong. Let me get that out of there. Bilic. I put the damn C in the wrong place. Okay, so there it is. So the basilisk is the root of basilica. So basilisk being the serpent king, so basilica is the feminine. You understand? A basilisk is the serpent queen. You see what I'm saying? Which is Lilith. Okay, so when it says St. Peter's Basilica, you see what I'm saying? It's talking about Lilith because Lilith is always depicted as what? As the serpent. She's, in many respects, the serpent that was in the garden. You see what I'm saying? And so that right there. Now, let's break this shit down because I want y'all to stay with me so you can understand, like, because in Lilith, right? What do you see? You see what? Ill. See, that's why you got to understand and break this shit down. I don't want y'all to be fooled because there's a lot of motherfuckers say illuminate. You see what I'm saying? Wait a minute. Let me break this shit down because I'm glad, motherfucker, you gonna use Google, use that shit. See, now, when they say illuminate, you see, ILLUMINATE. So that's why when Colin used to say, what kind of light? You see what I'm saying? You got to have a fucking divine light. You just can't have no any kind of goddamn light. You see? You got to have, let me bring that up. You got to have a divine light. So when motherfuckers say illuminate, you got to understand that the prefix is ill. Okay? Ill light. You see what I'm saying? An ill light. So when you see ill, you see what I'm saying? You know that bitch demonic. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So when every motherfucker keep talking about this Lucifer, he's the Lord of light, and you understand? But you got to understand that what kind of light? It's an ill light. So don't let no motherfucker fool you. A lot of these motherfuckers talking about light and love and light and no, nigga. Solar energy, nigga. Clear what kind of light, nigga? Solar. I don't know what kind of light you talking about. So you got to, you got to specify to them what, and make clear. And so when you say ill, now, you see another form of eel is eel, E-E-L, which is a water serpent. You see the eel coming there. He's a water serpent. So you got to understand that. You see what I'm saying? And so when you see illuminate, you see eel lift. You see what I'm saying? You see that eel is also rooted in evil. See, so that's the eel. That's the eel. That's the eel light. So even in that, you see chapel. You know what I'm saying? Now that's devoted to Ale. You see the Sistine Chapel. You know what I'm saying? And you see, even Ale, you see eel. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is. You see what I'm saying? It is what it is from their interpretation. You see, so the Sistine Chapel clearly show the serpentine, the serpent in the garden to be Lilith. So when you go into the serpentine, the Sistine Chapel, you will see that they have Lilith up in there. You see, right there in the Catholic Church, they got Lilith in the Sistine Chapel as the serpent in the garden. okay, as the serpent in the garden. And so, many people then seen now that when you look at even that auditorium that they got in the Vatican, at St. Peter's, you see it's a serpent. You can see the head of it clearly is designed as and the window on the very side of it is the eye. And when you go in, you can even see the fucking fangs in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, God damn, man, this is not no coincidence at all. You can even see the reptilian, texture in the goddamn ceiling. You see what I'm saying? You can even see the reptilian texture in the ceiling. You understand? It is what it is. And you see how it come down with the fangs and shit. I say, damn, they really did one with this one. They just came all out the bag on this one. And then you see up there now, you see the orb. See how I deal? See the orb? See the serpent eye in there? See, that's the same motherfucking one. Man, that's the same motherfucking one. Let me take you there. Was I in this one? Was it all the way up at the top? No, it was down here. It was down here. Here it is right here. Well, I can't take that one because that one connected to the, damn, let me see if I got the, I had to get it from the other one. Let me see if I got it over here. Okay. If not, I'm gonna just let it go. But y'all remember, well, it's that one. If you look at that, matter of fact, I'll just copy it. Shit, I'll take the whole damn thing. It ain't no problem to me. Let me see. You see that? And I'll just, boom. I'll just paste it on in there and I'll just bring it down as, you know what I'm saying, as much as I can. Let me see if I can bring, you see it right there. And so orb, you're dealing with the dragon, you're dealing with serpentine energy. That's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with the dragon, but you got to understand from their standpoint, to them, that's they always coming from the other side of our spectrum. We're going to see the dragon as something. When you look at in Africa and you look in the East, you see what I'm saying? The dragon is looked at as a deity, one with wisdom and as of royalty and this, that, and the third. But in the European spectrum, is looked at as something that's destructive. You see, because it is the sun. You see what I'm saying? It is the sun. Okay? And so, we getting down to this Gregorian shit. So not only that, do you understand up under this motherfucker? And they got it's built on top of of Roman catacombs, and not only Roman catacombs, and so it's about maybe 12 13 mausoleums up under this motherfucker, temples, small little chapels and shit up under here. Now I don't know how many they got, but if it go up to you, it probably go all. So that's a lot of, there's over 20 something chapels up under the Vatican. You see, now when you go into you, man, do you know what's in there, man? They got the goddamn Lucifer in there. You understand what I'm saying? You can see this is what's in chapel U, and they let the motherfucker stay in there. They got this motherfucker got bat wings. You see what I'm saying? Got bat wings, riding on a pale horse up under the damn Vatican. You see what I'm saying? So you already knowing. And so, this is dry cool. You can see they bat wings. You know what I'm saying? Because you can see right here, dry cool with the bat wings. You see what I'm saying? You see it right there. So they don't give a goddamn about nothing. And so even when you see again, you see Lucifer with the bat wings. Now, whatever entity that is, I mean, it was a carryover into Christianity. You see what I'm saying? Now, when you start talking about gargoyles is also dragons. You see what I'm saying? And so these motherfuckers got this on a church. What kind of shit is this? Look at this crazy shit. That look like that one witch, Frau Percher, and it might be her. You see what I'm saying? So when you see the gargoyles outside, that's the dragon. You see what I'm saying? As a protective entity. You see all on the church. And so you wondering like, goddamn, why? Because there is a form of dragon worship, serpent worship throughout the whole ancient world. You know what I'm saying? The dragon was looked at as deer. Like I said, depending on what area you came from, was looked at as either a god type, you know what I'm saying, that bestowed wisdom on the people, or you from the European aspect, where it was looked at as something that, and right there, that's straight dragon. Now you understand this is on a church, you see? And so Gregory and Gargoyle, Gregory the Gargoyle. Okay, yeah, and so now the thing is, and you thinking I'm making this up, this motherfucker is the dragon. He was one of the popes whose sacred symbol was the dragon. I say, well, goddamn, did this motherfucker read Revelations or not? You understand? Because they all in Revelation, it depicting that the great evil one would be a dragon. I don't know how many heads this motherfucker got. And this motherfucker came as the dragon. Do you know that he's in the Vatican? He's in the Vatican. And he's buried, and on his sarcophagus is a dragon. Look at this, the Roman Gregorian calendation. So you got the calendar. So when I said the chronology from hell, you understand what I'm saying? Now we know we the dragon. We know what it is, but this ain't your dragon, nigga. This ain't your dragon. This Gregory's dragon. You see, Gregory is the dragon. You see, he is that. He's manifested himself as the dragon. And it said, now look at this shit in Revelations 12:7. And this is his crest. This is his crest. Pope Gregory the 13th's crest is the dragon. This is the calendar you own today, nigga. This is why your shit started in the darkness of winter. You understand? In the frigidness of winter, people dying left and right, and you talking about a new year for who? You understand? Based on what criteria is this a new year? Ain't nothing living outside. Cold as frigid, motherfuckers dying and shit. You see, but it's a new year. And you stop, and you understand that, you know. And so when you like I say, when you use solar as your guideline to share the light on a lot of what's going on out here, you will see why they make them decisions, because it's at the death of the sun that they start their new year. I want y'all to understand that's what it boiled down to. And I'll go over this calendar with you step for step, understanding that the 21st of December is what? It's the winter solstice. It's the shortest day of the year in the northern hemisphere. Okay, which symbolically is the death of the sun. The very next day, December 22nd, starts the Capricorn, the goat, the death of the sun, the rise of the goat, which is their most profound zoo type, even more profound than the dog. Oh boy. The death of the sun, the rise of the goat. You see, and Pan is the dragon. He's the pale dragon. And so you see right there, this is in the Vatican. Right there in the Vatican. You see they got now you see the crown up there? See? You know, just like in ancient Egypt, you see the serpent. So and But that damn, that damn dragon looked like he got some form of a bat wing. And so you see the gargoyle. And so here it is right here. This is his Gregory the 13th. This is his sarcophagus. He's buried right there with the dragon right there on the sarcophagus, right there. And so, and wait a minute, did I read that? Oh, right down here. And the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which kept the commandments of God and have the testimony of Jesus. I don't give a fuck about that. But at the same time, I just wanted to state that they look at the dragon as the one, that the Antichrist, the one that would try to make war with God. You see? And so this motherfucker but you got to understand that the Catholics are nothing but the carryover from the Roman Catholic. That's why when I show, if y'all didn't see Janus, matter of fact, let me put that up there. See what they call the Pontifex Maximus. The Pontifex Maximus was the chief priest in Rome. Okay, the Pontifex Maximus, which later became the pontiff. And then, matter of fact, some of the popes continue to still use Pontifex Maximus. Okay, so I mean, that pope was a carryover. You know what I'm saying? The first popes was the Caesars. Them was the first popes. Okay? Janus, the god that they show you of January, in legend, he's the first Pontifex Maximus because he's considered to be the first king. You see? He's the first king. And even when, let me show y'all so I can drop this shit in. I'm about to mix it. What Janus? Let me put it in right quick. Get it on down here. Get it on down here. Yeah, it's right there. Boom. Okay. Let me see. Where's that Pontifex? This ain't the one. Janus. Hey, Lord. Okay, boom. There it is right there. Right there. Bingo. 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 I got it. Here you go right here. The Pontifex Maximus. Let me drop this in here for y'all. So if y'all want to look it up. Okay, the Supreme Pontiff, the Pontifex Maximus. So the Caesars, and you could tell them, you could tell, because they would be. This is the Pontifex Maximus. You could tell because they had that hood over their head. That's the symbol of the Pontifex Maximus. You see what I'm saying? Look very much like Jesus, the way he dressed. Now this is I forget what Caesars. I ain't got their name right now because I'm moving fast and I would have to go, and I'm not gonna go look for it. But you could tell they had that, that's another, Caesar as Pontifex, and he got on the regalia. You see, they had that hood. You see, that means he's the chief priest of Rome. And he do rituals and ceremonies and everything else. So the Pontifex Maximus became the Pope. Now, when you look at and even Saturn, you see Saturn with the hood. And so you see Jesus, in the same, in the same image of the Pontifex Maximus. When you look, and you can take that image and you can put it right next, and that's how they bring it. You see, that's how they bring it. So what I'm saying is the Pope ain't nothing but a carryover from Caesar. He took over when it stopped being Caesar's, then the Pope took over a lot of his position. You see what I'm saying? As chief of political and spiritual. When you look at the Pope, he's the head of state and he's also head of the church. You see what I'm saying? Now, When you talk about the Rome, the dragon also was affiliated with the Roman military because it was one of their standards. It was the Draco. That's where it come from. The Draco or dragon, the serpent. And so it was a military standard that was used by the Roman cavalry. You understand what I'm saying? Carried by the Draconians, the Draco was the standard of the cohort as the eagle was that of the legion. Okay, so you had the, carried by the, so it probably was a smaller regiment than the legion. The legion had an eagle. The Draconians was, the Draco was a standard. So it was a smaller, maybe, I think a legion was what? I don't know if it was 1,000, 10,000, something like that. The Draco may have been introduced into the Roman cavalry by Samaritan units in 2nd century. So this is the dragon standard used by the Romans. Here's another standard, Draco and other war trophies depicted. Hadrian in Rome, okay? And so you see it's a carryover. Now, you see right there, you see the fasces, okay, which is where you get the term fascist. You see fasces. You see it got the axe, and and so you see that right there in the Hall of Representatives. So it's also to let you know that they all intertwined, the Catholic Church, the United States government. That's why when you look at the Capitol building, it was designed based off of what? St. Peter's and St. Paul's in London. You see, now this is Gregory. This is your calendar now, and this is his standard. Now you see, he got them keys. But what is that? You see, what is that? That's Janus. That's Janus. You see Janus with the keys. You see what I'm saying? So, because Janus was the first Pontifex Maximus. You see? And you can go right there to Rome and you see the motherfucking key man in there with all the keys to all the doors, but that's the Pope. That's the Pope. You see, those are his keys. He got the keys, but we know on a spiritual sense what that is. But you know what I'm saying? They'll play it out and, they'll have all they rituals and shit. And so, we understand that really the key is the pearly gate. You see what I'm saying? That's the gates, and so they took Janus and they metamorphosed Janus into St. Peter, and, and they baptized the ancient, Roman into, but still, they still venerate them deities. There's no doubt about it. And so you see right here, you see the crook and the flail. You see right there, serpentine. The flail is serpentine. But you come, and, he is the dragon. He is the divine dragon. And so you come here and you see Janus as, the twin dragons here. You see, and I don't know what's going on here. It ain't right. It ain't right now. It ain't right. It ain't right. They got the, that's them Greco-Romans. You see, so you see right there, Janus, you see as the twin dragons that you see right there on now I believe this is the Greek Orthodox, and so there it is. Look at this motherfucker. Look at him. It looked like it looked like they done took this motherfucker up out the cemetery. You understand what I'm saying? And probably tied this motherfucker to a pole so it can look like he's standing up. This motherfucker dead. This motherfucker, what is going on here? This motherfucker look like he ain't got no blood in his body at all. This motherfucker dry rotted. This motherfucker done dry rotted. Straight up. Straight up. That motherfucking fur on his face looked like somebody super glued some goddamn, how they, that shit at Christmas time. You understand when them super glued that shit onto his face. Look at this. So these is the serpents. So you got to understand the flail. And I done went over that. You understand? They stealing. You can see You can see right there the dragon inside the staff. Oh, these is Catholics. These is priests and shit. And you see this same image right there with the Baphomet, showing you that this is the kind of dragon it is. This ain't from, you see here, from the great Nile Valley. Yeah, they did, but they didn't twisted it. They didn't, they didn't infuse the ill light, the demonic energy into this. You understand? Ain't no solar in, so you see Dracula in Romania. You see, and so you see, this is where they're getting this shit from. You know what I'm saying? And this is the blood of Christ. And yeah, now we getting somewhere. You see, this is Gregory the Dragon. Yeah, Dracul. And yeah, and this is the blood of Christ. Wait a minute. Right? And this is but yeah, it's the blood of Christ. So I want you to understand that what this is, it is what it is. Okay? And, the vicar of Dagon, the dragon. So you see, again, Dagon was the Syrian Babylonian fertility god. Later became a Semitic god of grain, fishing. He was first worshipped by the Amorites and later by inhabitants of Ugarit and Syria in the Mediterranean region. And so you see him right here with the staff, Dewan, Dagon. You see him right there with the staff. You see, and it said that Christ would be raised up on the cross like the serpent was raised up on the pole. So they compare Christ to the serpent. You see, they compare him to the serpent, and so you see that this is the dragon. This is Dagon. You see what I'm saying? And so you see the dragon is the winged serpent. That's what he is. He's the winged serpent. You see the sword down there? Remember, I was telling you sword. The O-R in sword, prefix for the dragon. You see? Again, showing you this is money. This is from Romania, the Draco. You see? And so, this is the castle of Dracul is still there. This is his symbol. How can you tell his symbol from goddamn Gregory's symbol? You see, they one in the same. They one in the same. You see, they one in the same. Oh, Dracul, this is his symbol. This is the official symbol. This is the official symbol. Not something that's made up. So when you talking about Dracula, Dracul of Transylvania, this is the original symbol. So you ain't got to go to the movie to get that. You see? You ain't got to go to the movie. And so you can see the pale, the impaler. You're not the embalmer, the impaler. You see, putting motherfuckers on the pole. Nah. You see? Nah. I'm gonna walk with me now, because we talking about raising the serpent up on the pole. Wait a minute now. I want y'all to walk now. You got to activate your melanin. Because like I said, see, when you look at something from the African perspective, you got to know they're just like, we never see things alike. I use simple shit. Like, we use the term fly. You can say, oh, man, that sister fly. And the white boy will say, she fly? Well, where her wings at? If she fly, where her wings at? He ain't gonna register that fly mean beautiful. You will say, oh, damn, man, you see that car roll up the street? Man, that car cold. The white boy say, man, the car cold. Well, turn on the heat, nigga. That's what he gonna say. He ain't gonna register that. Cold mean, man, Man, that's a hot car. You know, and we just keep going on. And so they never gonna think on our level. You cannot look at a word and think it mean the same for black people that it can mean something totally different. So that's why we think diametrically the opposite. The only thing they could do is come amongst us and try to learn our language and then metamorphosize. You understand what I'm saying? That's what they do, but they'll never have the inner being to be able to come like we come and understand each other. You see what I'm saying? Now, so when you talk about Tahuti and you see the stab with the serpent on the pole, now you got to understand now when we start talking about serpent, I want you to ride with, because we know that divine serpent on the pole. Now, we're going to raise the serpent on the pole now. You got to understand this from their side. Okay, what does it mean to raise the serpent up on the pole? Now, you see the impaling. You see the, wait a minute, let me bring this in. You see the people impaled. You see the pole, right? Now, we understand that Dracul, the dragon, Dracul, the vampire, Dracul, the serpent, the European serpent, the eel, you understand, serpent. You see, and you see him right there with what? The pole. So when we talk about raising the serpent on the pole, you see, that means, you know, how do you you put the stake through his heart. You put the pole through his heart. You see what I'm saying? And so you are raising the serpent up on the pole. You see? And so it's also from a standard showing you how to deal with that, with the dragon, to deal with the other aspect, because you got to deal with dualities now. You see what I'm saying? Yes, you got the divine image, but then you got the other side. You see it now, and it's showing you how to deal with the other side. You see, you got to raise what? You have to raise the serpent up on the pole. Okay? I want you to understand that. That's how you deal with it. Now, you could take it how you want to take it. You know, we ain't got to say everything. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't got to say everything because it's saying it. It say what it say. You know, for those, see, that's why when they say, saying, you can say, but they didn't. You know, seeing, they did not see. Hearing, but cannot hear. You see what I'm saying? So you have to see through that. And so you see, that is the interpretation of the serpent on the pole. And you see, now this is, you know, the healer. This is the caduceus, the serpent on the pole. And it also said, as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness as a healer, so shall the Son of Man be lifted up. You see? And so the same emblem that you see for Gregory the 13th, who created the calendar, and you can see all this. All of these is a depiction of Gregory. This one is a depiction of Gregory. So see right here, this is a depiction of Gregory. He in the motherfucker got the Pope's crown on. God damn, you know, he didn't put he got the mitre, whatever they call it, the mitre, which is the crown of the Pope on the dragon. You see, on the dragon, this is his standard, and you go all the way back and show that this is Dracul, and you know what I'm saying, the dragon also. And so the only way, or one of the ways that has been taught to us to deal with the dragon is to raise the serpent up on the pole. You got to raise him up on the pole, family. Okay. This is the chronology of hell that you are on today. You see what I'm saying? That this is not a calendar for African people. We have to reflect back to the Nile. We have to take ourselves back to the Nile and learn the calendar of our ancestors. We have to go. And matter of fact, before I go out of here, I got to show y'all this. So you know, I got to show y'all this. I totally forgot. Where is it at? I totally forgot about that. And I can't go out like that. I got to show y'all just a little bit. I ain't going to show you a whole lot. I'm going to just show y'all a little bit. I'm going to show y'all a little bit, of our calendar. You understand this? And like I said, I'll deal with it maybe tomorrow. Maybe I'll come black on this, because it's going to take, much more time for us to deal with. And so when you see here, let's go here. You see here, you see new. You see, and understandably, our peoples, our African ancestors, all along now depicted new as the Milky Way. The design of her body is exactly. Now they coming out because, even before they even said this, I use my spiritual, ingenuity that was in me. And when I seen that the God is automatically in my mind said over 15 years ago without hearing it I said, well, the black hole got to be the womb, And so now later on, they coming out saying, because they listening to our community, that's exactly what they doing. Lasers from the twin Keck telescopes atop Mauna Kea in Hawaii, propagated in the direction of the galactic center. You see? So the center of the galaxy is in the Milky Way. Okay? In the Milky Way. It's sitting in in the I guess in the southern right region of the Milky Way. You see what I'm saying? The location of the supermassive black hole at the core of the Milky Way galaxy. Each laser, they got lasers, part of the adaptive optics system, creates an artificial star that can be used to correct for the blurring due the Earth's atmosphere, allowing precise tracking of the motion of stars around the black hole. You see what I'm saying? So they got the lasers pointed directly at the center. And so what you got to understand that in which we call Heru also, and this is where you get the Milky Way from Heru. And so when you understand from the pyramids, when you see the pyramid, you will see that the Milky Way is to the south, meaning you heading back up toward Ethiopia, Uganda, Kenya, Mozambique, South Africa. You looking to the south. You see what I'm saying? So when you see there, wait a minute. Matter of fact, I ain't even throwed it in there. I'm talking. You see here. Matter of fact, let me get one. Where's that other one at? And then I'm gonna be out, y'all. Which one? This one is nice too. Okay, this one I'll use this. Okay. And so you see the pyramids, right? And you see the pyramid. And so when you look at Orion, you looking to the south. When you look to the Milky Way, you looking to the south. So our people which is towards South Africa. You're looking toward up the river towards Ethiopia, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi. You understand what I'm saying? Kenya, Mozambique. You looking to the south. You see what I'm saying? And so when you understand the southern hemisphere, also you got the cosmic hemispheres. You got the northern hemisphere, which allows you to see so many stars in the north, and then you got the southern hemisphere in the constellations that allow you to see so many stars in the south. Now, what happens is, once you drop so far below the equator, if you're in the north, you're not going to see a lot of the stars in the south. So, these motherfuckers talking and acting like they knew about a lot of these stars. They's a goddamn lie. They learned of these stars through African people. You understand? Telling them about it. You ain't going to be able to see a lot of this and be able to study a lot of this unless you at least at the equator or drop below the equator. Once you drop, you can only, it's certain stars that you only can see from that vantage point. That's it. You see what I'm saying? So it understandably, our people coming from the South had established, studying the stars in the South first. You see what I'm saying? And coming north and coming north and also studying the stars in the northern hemisphere. And then our people went east, you understand, to the furthest extremities of the east. You understand, even off into the South Pacific, you understand, and through the Southern Asian peripheral, India, China, what today is India, China, Japan, into the South Pacific. So they, Australia, so they went to the southern, the extremities of the southern, the east, the Pacific, you know what I'm saying? And then going west. So our people had a whole view of the constellations, yet they still was oriented to the south. Okay, so when you look at all this shit, what motherfuckers is talking about, all this, this Christmas shit, and this shit didn't even exist at all. You understand what I'm saying? Because again, our people look to the south. And so if any and of course they still acknowledge all the solstices. You see what I'm saying? But they look to the south. You see what I'm saying? Which means that the southern, the southern solstice, which is actually this is still December 21st. You know what I'm saying? So when you see in the northern hemisphere, the sun is at its shortest day. In the southern hemisphere, it's at the longest day, which means it's at its height. So even though you think the sun may be at its height in the southern hemisphere, and then when in June 21st, when it's the summer solstice, then it's not even we tend to say winter, but there's no winter in Africa. They have more of a rainy season than they have some winter. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no goddamn way you gonna be, in goddamn Florida, it ain't gonna, it stays 70. And you know what I'm saying? Even in, you know what I'm saying? And it's gonna heat up during the day. I don't give a fuck what. It's gonna heat up. So if you drop lower than Florida in Africa, goddamn well, it ain't no damn winter. Okay? Ain't no damn, it don't exist like that. You see what I'm saying? And so all this new year, in motherfucking sleigh bells and in the dead of winter and people, no, that shit don't happen. We are totally disoriented from our ancestors. We have to go back to the now. We got to start all over, erase the fucking chalkboard and study. And that's what you need to do this year. Study and I'll work with y'all. Study the African calendar established by the Nile Valley. Reorient yourself and begin to take yourself every day out of this man's circumference of ignorance. You must every fucking day learn something greater that takes you out of the circumference of this man's ignorance, so you can pass down to your babies and your grand. Well, they don't have to. They already gone at an early age from even trying to have to go through this shit and come up and no, we shouldn't have to do this shit. We shouldn't have to be going over this shit every fucking year. I do it because I understand, but at this stage, y'all motherfuckers just gonna have to get the old shit, man, because we got to move forward. And so every fucking day we going, we is as if we in the now. You know what I'm saying? We might be here, but it's as if we in the now waiting for that one day where it's gonna pop and we get the fuck on. It can be individually, but prepare yourself for one day. I don't care where at in Africa that you go, because Africa is the holy land. Anywhere on the continent where our peoples is located is holy. You understand what I'm saying? And if you don't find no African people there and you see some other motherfucker, then you know that they got to go at some point in time, because they are not indigenous to Africa. And I know Africans then got acceptable to that shit, but that's got to be some shit that got to come back into our consciousness, that we are not giving up not 1 inch, no matter, I don't give a fuck, not 1 inch of Africa. They've been there 1,000 years. We was already a million. They're a million before they got there. So it may think, oh, well, they've been there 2,000 years. That seemed like we was there a million years before they fucking got there. So 1,000 or 2,000 years ain't shit to a million. You understand what I'm saying? So the weight still, the anchor is still in our core. That goddamn wherever they at, they riding on borrowed time. Daytime gonna come. You see what I'm saying? Where 2,000 years ain't gonna be nothing but like grains of sand in the wind. That shit gonna blow, and you'll never know they was there. You understand what I'm saying? It gonna come thousands of years that's gonna sit on top of them 2,000 years. They say, damn, 2,000, they been, yeah, motherfucker, you gonna, I answer, our descendants gonna, 10,000 years from now, they ain't gonna even remember when them motherfuckers was here. You understand what I'm saying? Because they going to sit on top of that 2,000 years by 20,000 years. You understand what I'm saying? And that ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? To what's, future has laid out for our people. So I want to thank y'all for being here today. Get on over there. Make sure y'all check me out. Hit that link. Be in the house this Sunday. KingSeti.com, GeneralSeti.com, Patreon, General Seti. All of that is nothing but fire. Any which one you choose, I guarantee you're going to thank the ancestors, goddamn it, that you were led to them sites, because it ain't nothing but fire. This is the General saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.